If you struggle with acne or textured skin like I do, then you know how tricky it can be to find the foundation that covers without looking cakey, clinging to dry patches, or making pores look worse. That's why in today's video I'm sharing my Holy Grail foundations that truly perform on my skin. I'll show you the ones I keep reaching for, explain how they apply, what the finish looks like, how long they last, and most importantly, why they work so well on my acne-textured skin. So if you're curious to see my top picks, and maybe discover your next favorite foundation, then keep on watching. First, I'm going to talk about this MERCIER Real Flawless Weightless Perfecting Foundation. I have it in the color Silk. This foundation gives medium to buildable coverage with a natural radiant finish. You can apply this one using a brush or a sponge. The finish is gorgeous. What I love about this foundation is the nice natural finish. It doesn't emphasize my pores, my acne, and my texture. I don't use it for events because this one is not the most long-lasting foundation, but for everyday makeup this is very good. And it never broke me out. So if you're looking for a foundation with medium to buildable coverage that looks natural on the skin and lasts all day, I highly recommend you to try this one. As I mentioned many times here on my channel, I don't like to touch up my makeup throughout the day. I like my makeup products to last all day on my skin. So I'm always on the hunt for the best foundation that has nice coverage, looks natural on the skin, and lasts all day. Next I have this LANCôME Teint Idole Ultra Wear. I have it in the color 115C. If you're looking for a long-lasting foundation that has full coverage and a matte finish, this is the one for you. I like to apply this one using a sponge because it gives a very nice natural finish. I don't have it in my perfect shade, but the formula is very good. This one gives full coverage with a matte finish. It doesn't look heavy or cakey on my skin, and it's super long lasting. If you have very oily skin, you'll love this foundation because it will keep your skin looking matte all day. If you want it to look more natural, you can definitely apply a very small amount on the skin to have a nice natural finish. If you have dry skin, I recommend you to prep your skin very well before you apply this foundation, because the finish is matte and it can emphasize the dry patches. But if you prep your skin very well, you'll love the finish with this foundation. Next I have this ARMANI Luminous Silk Foundation. This is a cult classic. Everybody loves this foundation. But I can confirm that I also like it on my acne textured skin. I have it in the color 2. This foundation is very good. You can get light or full coverage with this foundation because the formula is buildable. You can use it for everyday makeup and also for events. You can build the coverage as much as you like, and the finish is natural. So if you're looking for a foundation with buildable coverage and a natural finish that's long-lasting, you will love this foundation. Next I'm going to talk about this YSL All Hours foundation. I have it in the color LC1. Another gorgeous foundation with a matte finish that's very long lasting. This gives medium to full coverage. The texture is lightweight and I can apply it using a brush or a sponge. What I love about this one is the matte finish and the long lasting formula. I've used it a few times for events and it lasts very well on my skin. It's comfortable on the skin and it doesn't emphasize my pores, my acne, and my texture. So if you're looking for a long-lasting foundation with a matte finish that's extremely long-lasting, I highly recommend you this one. But if you have dry skin, make sure to prep your skin very well before you apply this foundation, because it can emphasize the dry patches if your skin is not hydrated. Next, I'm going to show you a foundation I like to use in the winter for everyday makeup. This one by Patrick Ta. This Major Skin Hydra-Luxe Luminous Skin Perfecting Foundation. I have it in the color 3, Rosy Neutral. I love to apply this one using a brush. It has buildable coverage, but you can get full coverage with this foundation. It's not a long-lasting foundation on my oily, acne-textured skin, so I like to use it more in the colder months. When I want flawless skin for 4 hours, I use this foundation. It looks great in pictures. It gives that flawless airbrushed effect to the skin, and no matter how dry and flaky my skin is, this foundation doesn't emphasize anything. So my skin looks gorgeous with this foundation for 4 hours. And I like to use it for date nights. This one also doesn't break me out, so I cannot wait for the colder months to use it again. Next, I'm going to talk about 2 foundations I like to use for everyday makeup. These are some of my recent favorites. So I talk about these 2. It's what I'm wearing right now. On this side, I have the Givenchy Prisme Libre Glow Serum Foundation. And on this side, I have the ARMANI Skin Tint. These are similar to me. So let me show you how they look applied side by side on my skin and how is the finish. Both of these 2 have buildable coverage with a natural finish. These are perfect for everyday makeup. They last very well on my skin. If my skin is dry, flaky, or irritated, I can use these foundations without any problems. They smooth over texture and still feels comfortable on my oily skin. If I have to recommend you one from these 2, I would recommend you the Givenchy Prisme Libre Glow Serum Foundation, because it has a little bit more coverage than this one. But as you can see, both of these 2 look very pretty on the skin. With this occasion, I've just wanted to show you how they look applied side by side on my skin. Next, I'm going to show you my most used foundation this year, this ABH Impeccable Foundation. I have it in the color OCR. This one gives full coverage with a natural finish and lasts all day on my skin. It's one of the few full coverage foundations that I really like because of the natural finish. So if you're looking for a full coverage foundation with a matte natural finish that's long lasting, I highly recommend this foundation. It doesn't emphasize the dry patches, it blurs the pores, and no matter how flaky, dry and irritated my skin is that day, this foundation doesn't emphasize anything, and I receive so many compliments on my skin when I have it on. This will truly make your skin look impeccable. I also want to mention about a foundation that I don't have anymore because I've had it in a very dark shade and I gifted it to someone else. I talk about the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. That one is like a modern take for this ARMANI Luminous foundation. I feel like the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation. It's a little bit more luminous and more natural looking than this one, but both have similar coverage and similar texture. So in my opinion, the NARS Light Reflecting Foundation is like the modern version of this ARMANI Luminous foundation. So I've just wanted to quickly mention that one too, because it's a gorgeous foundation and I highly recommend you to try it. And the last foundation I'm going to mention is my Holy Grail foundation. I've used it for more than 12 years. It's a foundation I like to use for events and for when I want my makeup to last all day. I talk about this ESTÉE LAUDER Double Wear. This is the most long-lasting foundation ever. I use it for work, for events, and for those days when I want my makeup to last all day and all night. I also use it on my wedding day. I love that I don't need to touch up my makeup when I have it on. I can get a natural finish with this one if I apply a very thin layer on my skin. Or I can build the coverage for a glam makeup look. This can clog your pores if you don't wash your face very well. So I recommend you to double cleanse your skin when you use this foundation. So if you're looking for a very long-lasting foundation, I highly recommend you this one. It's a cult classic and it works so well on my oily, acne-textured skin. So those are my absolute holy grail foundations for acne-textured skin. These are the ones I keep going back to because they give me coverage without looking cakey. They don't emphasize my texture and they actually last on my oily skin. I really hope this video helps you if you've been struggling to find a foundation that works for acne-prone or textured skin. Now, I would love to know from you guys. What's your go-to foundation? Let me know in the comments so we can all share our favorites. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more honest reviews and makeup videos. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!